Hey guys, Salty Ethan here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing an Arcane Comet Misfortune Guide. In the last Misfortune Guide, I covered the Press the Attack build and how it's extremely useful against tanks. This video will cover how Arcane Comet should be used and when to pick this rune, so let's get started. Back in the Season 8 Misfortune Guide I made a couple months ago, I mentioned how Arcane Comet was trash compared to the other two rune choices, which was Dark Harvest and Press the Attack. The reason why I say Arcane Comet is garbo compared to the others is because it falls off super hard late game. MF already falls off late game, and Arcane Comet just makes it even worse. But the reason why Arcane Comet is a thing on MF is because she can proc it easily with a spammable ability, like her E, but is not a reliable damage source once you get out of laning phase, because people will get tankier and your E damage won't be as high as your Q because E is based off AP. To me, Arcane Comet is truly situational. Your go-to rune should be Dark Harvest or Press the Attack against tanks, but I hardly pick Comet unless it's needed. I only pick Comet if I'm up against a kill lane. Kill lanes are lanes you cannot win, lanes that will cuck you if you try to do anything. I'm talking about Draven Thresh and Lucian Braum. Those kind of all-in bot lane matchups will absolutely break you. So you take Arcane Comet as a survival rune. You can take Arcane Comet when your support is a poke support as well. Things like Sona, Fiddlesticks, Zara are poke supports. The reason why you can take Arcane Comet with poke supports is to maximize the amount of poke you're doing on the enemy bot lane, so you'll end up doing more damage to them. Your E range is also pretty long, making it a safe way to deal damage or collect CS you're pressured from. Now you might tell me that you're a confident MF player and you want to take Dark Harvest instead. Well, let me ask you this. Are you going to be able to walk up and get into Q range to poke them? Are you going to be able to fight them without dying yourself? Are you going to be able to sustain Draven Axes or the unforgiving Lucian Braum all in? It's probably a no. Arcane Comet is the safest way to play MF. Not even Fleet Footwork is as safe, because in order to heal from Fleet Footwork, you need to walk up to auto a minion, or ideally a champion, which is already a risk considering that you're up against the kill lane. The purpose of Arcane Comet is to poke the enemy out to kick him out of lane, so you can get a CS lead or try to take out your turret. In the early stages of the game, Arcane Comet will do a ton of poke damage to the enemy, especially at level 1, giving you the advantage and the pushing power in the lane. However, once the enemy bot lane hits level 3, you need to back off and play safe because you're not going to be as strong. Now let's talk about the rune choices to choose from. There are two different styles of Arcane Comet. Survival, which is if you're up against the kill lane and you want to sustain, you go Inspiration Secondary. Then you got Get the Hell Out of My Lane, which is your support is a poke support, and you can go Domination Secondary. For the survival style of Arcane Comet, which is actually what a lot of players use from Korea, is based around sustain and staying alive. One of the biggest things about playing ADC is to survive and not feed, so you can scale onto the late game. You've got Arcane Comet, Mana Flow Band, Transcendence, and Scorch for the primary tree. For the secondary tree, you go Biscuit Delivery and Time Warp Tonic. Stats are your preference, but I usually go attack speed, armor, and magic resist. So let's talk about the theory behind this page. Normally, you would go absolute focus on Gathering Storm on MF for more damage, but the Koreans are all about the early game and trying to abuse Comet as much as possible. Transcendence gives you the 10% CDR, so your E cooldown is lowered at level 10. And Scorch gives you the burn damage from your E to poke the enemy bot lane even harder. As for Inspiration Secondary, you get Biscuit Delivery for the health and mana regen, and Time Warp Tonic for more potion effectiveness. If you go Survival Arcane Comet, your starting item will be Corrupting Potion instead of Doran's Blade. The reason why you go Corrupting Potion first is for the sustain. Also, when you consume a charge of Corrupting Potion, your next abilities or auto attacks used on enemy champion will burn them from 15 to 30 damage based on level. This synchronizes with your Scorch, giving you even more poke. Time Warp Tonic from your secondary tree will give you sustain immediately, and your Corrupting Potions will chug faster than normal. Now you guys can see why Koreans are the best at this game now, because they're all about that theory crafting. Now, one thing is, you won't be able to CS as easy with a Corrupting Potion, so make sure you keep that in mind. For the Get the Hell Out of My Lane page, you go Mana Flow Band, Absolute Focus, and Gathering Storm. For the secondary page, you go Cheap Shot and Ultimate Hunter. Now, you could also go Relentless Hunter or Taste of Blood. It's all up to you, but this is ideally what I take. Cheap Shot because your E slows them, which impairs their movement, and procs Cheap Shot to do true damage. Ultimate Hunter for the faster CDR on your ulti, because you don't get that from your primary pages of Arcane Comet. Now we talked about the runes, let's get onto the items. You're still gonna go Lethality on MF with Duskblade, Ghostblade, Attack Speed Boots or CDR Boots, Edge of Night, Death's Dance, and Situational Item. This is your go-to build if you're fed and ahead of the game. If you're not as fed, then you need to go Duskblade, Ghostblade, Black Cleaver 3rd for the extra tankiness. You can't do damage if you're dead, and Black Cleaver will help you with that by giving you damage and HP. Some situational items you can consider is Guardian Angel against assassins like Zed or Talon, Maul of Mortius against heavy AP like Diana and Syndra, and QSS or Scimitar against heavy CC like Malphite and Malzahar. Now let's get on to the playstyle. You have two main goals when playing Arcane Comet. It's either sustaining in the lane or poking the crap out of them. It doesn't matter which style of Arcane Comet you're playing, you need to be careful of where you position against the enemy bot lane and make sure that you poke them with E when mana flow band is up. That way you're making the best use of that rune since E uses a ton of mana from MF. Let's put a bot lane matchup into example. Let's say your lane is MF Soraka against Draven Thresh. You obviously want to take the survival rune page and you want to stay back behind minions and ward the bot lane bushes so you don't get hooked by Thresh Q. And you want to stay away from Draven if he's stepping up towards you from his spinning axes so you don't get chunked from just one of his auto attacks. Make sure that you only go in for CS when it's safe. The keyword is safe. Surviving is more important than CS numbers. Since the enemy bot lane is going to push you guys in due to their lane presence, you can use this opportunity to use E on them to poke them safely under turret, or call the jungler to help gank the lane. Use your E when they get into that AoE radius so you're not wasting 80 mana for nothing. Your Q can also proc Arcane Comet so you can also poke them by queuing minions, but that's only if you get in range of them. Your E is also a great tool for setting up ganks since E has a built-in slow. Always remember to use E on top of your R to make the best use of your ulti. To be honest, Arcane Comet's playstyle is super simple. Spam E when mana flow band is up, play safe if you see the enemy bot lane pushing you in, and get as many ganks as possible to help snowball your lane. In any situation, a fed MF can carry a team to win a game. This is going to wrap it up for today's guide. I know it's a little shorter than usual, but Arcane Comet, just the basis of it is just E spamming and chunking them out to get yourself a CS lead or take out their turret. That's all you really need to do with E spam, okay? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more league content, and let me know what you guys want to see on the channel in the comments down below. I did notice that the two videos I recently released focusing on the ADC montage and the Kaisa tips and tricks I made, maybe not as pleasing to you guys as MF guides, but anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.